Welcome to Arlen's Garden, where we grow and preserve food. Today is February 1st, and I'm going to be planting my seedling or my seeds inside the house. And this, I'm just going to show you the setup I have. My first thing I have is what I do is my onions are going to go in here. I'm going to fill these up to this line or up higher, and then so I bought these cafeteria trays off Amazon, and these are just your baking tins to keep the water. I'm gonna fill the bottom with water and feed from the water from the bottom, because those seeds will just be everywhere. And so I'm gonna do at least three of these. I got some good onion seeds, and then I got heat mats here. I got these ones are rubbery. You can roll them up, and they have a nice gauge, up and down temperature gauge, off and on. And this kind I bought first. Socks. I bought first, and it just plugs in, and it's flat. So I have to store these in a flat area. Then my next one thing here is my grow lights. I bought these clip-on grow lights, and they bend, and they have different colors. You can use, they got white, blue, and yellow, I think, or something. And then I have my biodomes, my Park Seed BioDomes. I do my tomatoes in these ones. So there's these they're small little things, and they fit right in there. And then you put water in the bottom, and it'll water from the bottom. And then see that there's a little hole right there. If your seed needs to be in under the surface, you drop it in there. But petunias and other flowering plants need their seeds on top of the ground. So it depends on what you do. And then I got my bags of seedling mix. I just bought them from a local store, $4 each. I couldn't resist. And then so that's my startup. That's my startup process right here. So I'm going to be continuing on with the onions first, then we'll show you the tomatoes inside. Stay tuned. My first step to filling these up is I'm gonna make it like muddy, really damp and moist. All that in there. So even if you buy cheap, if you don't have that much money or you want to save money, I just bought this from a Buy Mart. It wasn't a specialized thing, and it has all the stuff in there. You can see all the nutrients and all the extra stuff. So I'm going to pour water in here and mix it in really nice. So it's like a snowball, and I'll pack it in here. One reason I do this is because if you put seeds in dry potting soil, the soil doesn't absorb water, and if you water on top, the seeds will just run wherever the soil and the stream of water goes. The seeds will just like one time I had a small pot, and the seeds were all in the corner after I watered. So I decided I'll just get a thorough mixture, and then this is good, see? And I put hot water in here because it's cold out. Another good thing about this is you don't have to water for about a week. So, because everything's absorbed really nicely. And it's almost finished. So, not quite a bag for each one, but. So when we get in the house, I'll show you the rest of this in the house, but when we get in there, I'll poke little holes and then I'll put the seeds in there. So that's done. The water will drain out a little bit, and I'll do the rest of these, and then I'll meet you in the house. I'm gonna plant my tomato super sauce hybrid from Burpee. I planted these last year, and I did a video on how good they did. So I'm gonna plant some today. They're small. And the first thing there's two ways to do this. You can soak these in water before you put them in, but I always found out that the water comes up and absorbs, and it's growing. So it's almost easier to have it in your hand. I'm gonna put these right here. So I got 25 seeds in that packet, and I'm going to put the seed right in that hole. There we go. So it's below. There we go. The damp finger would be easy to do the seeds right there. Two right there. I'll just do a couple rows for you. I think you'll get the idea. They're not all shaped equally, but they work. See that seed? And I marked these trays with letters. So I'm going to plant 25. There's 5 rows here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this 5 will be Roma's. So I'll just mark that A, B, C, D, E, F, and then the other 3 plus another one will be another. So I'll mark that in a book I got. Got 2. And I've planted 2 seeds in that thing before, and it works fine. Some seeds are so small you don't even know if you put them in there. Sometimes you gotta open it up. This is from parkseed.com. They have the whole thing. You could buy the whole lid and everything. Okay. All right. I'll show you the next batch of seeds after this. These are candy variety onions I'm going to be planting. They're a delicious onion, very sweet. They're a midday, they're not long day or short day, but they're midday. They get really big, and when you cut them up to make your salsa, they don't hurt your eyes. I don't know why, but I've had good success cutting salsa up and not crying about it. So I'm going to try to plant 2 of these. So I'm going to stick holes, just a little bit of holes, you know. They could be together. I'm not getting too serious about the distance. Not too deep, 1/4 inch deep. Last year I planted in a shallower container, and the roots hit the bottom and they didn't work. I thought I had a great plan going. So I'm gonna take it out. Oh, I could take it, and then I'll start over here. These onion seeds they're called pelletized. That means that's that's clay right there, or else it'll be really small. There we go. You could get them, onion growers get them in any color they want. I'd think that red would be a good color, but blue is not. Okay. And if I miss the hole, I'm just gonna bury it just after. Hopefully this thing grows like. Then I'm gonna transplant these into the garden, and they look good. Even though onions can handle the cold weather, like I could plant from a seed, you know, in this area, if the weather's good in end of March or end of February, like the farmers do, then they are already adjusted to the cold. But if you grew them in the house, no matter what kind of plant you have, they have to be hardened off, or they have to be conditioned to be outside. A couple of years ago, I thought I could just put my onions outside and be done with it, and that wasn't right. Such a small seed makes a big old onion. Onions are a 2-year crop. Like if you want to get seeds out of these, you gotta plant them and leave them be the whole year, and then next year you could replant those bulbs, and they will go right to seed instead of giving you a fruit, giving you a vegetable. So those farmers that grow onion seed for us, it's a two-year process. Well, I got a lot here to do, so I'll get back to you when I'm done. Okay. Now to do the final setup, I have to water these. They water from the bottom, so they don't recommend watering over top. Sometimes I pour it in a hole, but I'll just find the edge there, and this styrofoam will float. So you'll know when you need to water. I come by and just jiggle it. If it's still bubbling on top of water, then I know that it's good, very good. See there? It's floating. Let's see. So the first time it takes quite a bit. So that's floating. And then I'm using warm water just to keep everything warm and the seeds, the sponge is warm. Put this one down. It's sticking out a bit, but there's a cord in the back I can't get away from. My petunias on this side. I'm always looking forward to a good year in the garden. So it takes about one of these. It could float higher, but I'll just get it floated for now. Then these ones I'm going to water from the bottom also. I put holes in the bottom, drain holes. So these ones I'm going to water from the bottom. So I'm just going to fill this bottom with water. Keep the, I don't have enough to finish this off, but it's probably enough there. We'll find out. Thank you for, oh, and here I'll show you the domes. I got lids for these. So the weird thing about the lids, I got lids for these, and they trap the moisture in there. But as soon as they germinate, I gotta take this lid off because I can't get the light close enough. So they'll start get really leggy. So once they start poking out, these tomatoes, I will take the lid off and put this light right down. Same with this other one. And I close the windows on top. So you can close the windows on top. So yeah, this is, and then I got the heat mats going. So after they germinate, I'm turning the heat mat off because last year they all got leggy. They grew fast and they got leggy. So once they germinate, the tops come off, the heat mats are all shut off, and everything is good. Thank you for watching today, and there'll be more videos about my garden coming.